It's that time again where we grab another fistful of Joes, so stick around. Fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode, we're going to grab another Fistful of Joes. If you're new to Fistful of Joes, let me explain. I keep all my G.I. Joes in these little containers, and what I do is pop the top, reach in, grab a handful of them, usually 5 at a time, and I review, play with, talk about, and just have some fun with my G.I. Joe figures. This is a good excuse for me to take them out, look at them, play with them, and share that experience with all of you. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of room in the laundry room to display them all, so this is a chance for me just to get reacquainted with my collection. So, without further ado, let's grab a fistful of Joes.
Yo, Joe!
Okay, folks, here we go. Let me crack open the container here. Grab a handful, and there they are. No spoilers. Let me push them out of the way. So, where to begin? Okay. Ooh, okay. A lot of these 25th anniversary figures, I forget I even have. But here we go. Here's General Hawk. They call him G.I. Joe Hawk on the base, I guess because of trademarks and such. Sorry for the heavy shadow here. But let's put his helmet on. Comes with a backpack. Nice detail on the backpack. Oh, his helmet fell off. Looks like we got a canteen, some grenades, a couple little packs. Here, hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix this light a little bit. Does that help or hinder it? But anyway, comes with his pistol. And that's about it, really. Of course, thing I love about 25th anniversary, the holsters actually work. Ooh, got some loose shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Loose there in the chest joint. But that's okay. It says Abernathy there. Very cool. This pistol does not come out. Covers up all of his wonderful medals and stuff that he has there. Love the crew cut. Buy the book as usual. Yeah, I used to not hold the 25th anniversary figures to the same regard as the original, but I mean, it's been, shoot, almost 20 years that these have come out. Am I right? Yeah, early 2000s. So, yeah, I mean, these are starting to be classic in their own right. So I'm sure scalpers and resellers are going crazy selling these guys as well. But I love that they came with bases. I mean, do you remember as a kid, the only way you could get a base for your G.I. Joe to stand on was getting the weapons packs? I think you got 2 in there. We'll bag him up and check out the next entrant in our Fistful of Joes episode. And it is Falcon. A sort of hated character from the cartoon because he was just a big crybaby that got Duke almost killed. Uh-oh, am I missing a pistol here? Because he has a empty holster, but I do not see a pistol. One of the things I loved about his character, his original toy, was the knife. So he got that, got the antenna there for his radio, and look, they have, you can actually, well, it doesn't look like you can pull it out. But I honestly never knew that the backpack opened, so I learned something new today. Got rope here, 2 canteens, because he's a thirsty lad. But this pistol thing's going to bug me. I can't remember if he came with one or not. Hopefully I didn't lose it. Or he just came with an empty holster, because he has a sawed-off shotgun. Oh, there we go. Sorry for the radio silence. Was really hoping I didn't snap a finger or anything. That's the one thing I don't like about these figures. As much as I like them, I just don't like how fragile the hands and joints seem in the hand area. I mean, they're well sculpted, and that's the thing. I mean, they're proportionate. But I'm always scared I'm going to break something. I mean, that's a nice figure. Nice posability. Got Lieutenant Falcon. Probably due to copyright. But that pistol thing is going to bug me. Hopefully I have an extra one laying around I can give him. Yeah, hit me up in the comments if he's supposed to have one. I forget. But, I mean, his combat mesh here. Is a secondary sculpt on there. Got to pull it down to his hips though for it to be snug and for his backpack to go in. He has his gaiter or whatever around his neck here. That's secondary as well, which is nice. And he has a real smug expression. Toughness, smugness, however you want to say it. But he looks like a tough Green Beret. Yeah, the only thing I wish this combat webbing was a little bit tighter. It would be better if it was more snug. Because, I mean, he has pouches and stuff molded in there, and you got to hide them by pulling this down all the way. But it's that little bit of bulk that keeps it in place. Like I said, I mean, it is proportionate, but just with how this is such a structural weakness. But anyway, let's get on to the next one. Shall we? I gotta put him aside and see if I can. His file card, which I forgot to show you. Next we have Shipwreck, one of my favorites. Man, great in the cartoon. When the figure came out, I mean, a lot of people diss it just because he's a YMCA-esque sailor, but I mean, it was groundbreaking to a degree when he came out as a figure in the original line. Oh, look at that. These don't move. He's got his Popeye forearms, his tattoo. His face sculpt could be a tad bit better, but it does look pretty decent. And he comes with a pistol. Oops, is that off camera? Pistol in the holster there. A submachine gun. And a sawed-off shotgun. But this hand is molded into a fist, which is interesting why it's different for him. His wrists don't move. Oh, is it moving? Oh, it is. I just had to free it up. But still, it kind of stinks that he can't hold on to the pump action part of the shotgun because he has a fist. But he has big meaty forearms. His waist doesn't move. Has the same leg articulation. But it seems like he's... Oh, and I forgot the most important part. He comes with Polly, which has really tight claws here. Let's open them up a little bit. See if we can get him to just a perch on the shoulder. No, he won't stay. Oop, his pistol fell out. Maybe that's why he has a fist, just so he can chill with Polly. I mean, that's a pretty good pose, if I'd say so. Looks like he means business. Again, I apologize for the lighting. I apologize that this camera doesn't have autofocus, so I can't really get too close because it gets blurry and it's dark. One day I'll get a better camera for this segment. I used to use my cell phone, but it just took up so much memory. So I actually use a GoPro for this. And when I'm not filming Fistful of Joes, I like to film hikes I take with the family with it. I'm going to be taking it to Disney with us this year, so I'm going to be filming some ride footage, hopefully. But anyway, a lot of backstory you didn't need, so I apologize. So next, we have Cobra Commander, OG. One of the figures I'm very proud that I own. Little scuff there, but other than that, his emblem looks good. You can see some color changes here with the parts. The darkness of this color to the whole different shade of almost like a lavender here. And then the deep blue that he probably originally was there. This figure, growing up, man, so awesome. I remember a friend of mine got it. This is 82, 83. And I was just so taken aback because of this. How his pistol fits in there. I mean, that's awesome. He didn't need no backpack. He just needs his gun. And how it just fits in there perfectly. I ain't going to force it because I don't want to break his thumbs. So I'm happy enough just to keep it in his backpack. I mean, the little nub there fits in perfectly. Still, engineering greatness with G.I. Joe. But paint on the legs still seems okay. His belt buckle still seems okay. It's just that little nick right there on his helmet. I was thinking about retouching it up with some silver paint, but I think he's perfect just the way he is. A little bit of battle damage. I picked him up for sale, and I got him super cheap before the big 80s ripoff boom began. Oh, man. Has a weird bounce to his head. See? If I move it here, it just automatically snaps back. Only on one side, though. That's really odd. But this is swivel arm, so it's the second incarnation of him from his original straight-armed version. And like I said, as a kid, I mean, it was great because they finally put a face to the enemy. I mean, we just had Cobra officers and Cobra soldiers, but to finally have, like, the big baddie. So put him over there. And our last entrant in this month's Fistful of Joes is Stalker. A toy I always wanted, the original Stalker. I mean, everyone else just had the olive drab uniforms, but he had all camouflage. So he stood out compared to all the original Joes. Look at that. Perfect pose right off the bat. Has a knife here in a sheath. Wow. Ain't gonna be stabbing much with that. Great combat webbing that is actually tight, unlike the Falcon one. This fits good on him. Who would have thought we'd have two figures with berets on in this episode? But they did a good job recreating the camouflage. It's not as dark in color as the original, but still looks great. Has great little packs and stuff on his legs. Of course, his combat webbing, really great detail. Holds his machine gun great. Look at that. Great pose. Sergeant Stalker. Unfortunately, just can't use Stalker. I don't understand that. Did they let names lapse? Did they just not care? Yeah, that looks tough. Just like that. Great display. If I had room, I would display all my G.I. Joe, but I do not. Maybe one day. One day I'll take over the whole laundry room. Ah, ha, 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 ha. But anyway, that was this month's installment of Fistful of Joes. Got to see some really great 25th anniversary. Got to see an OG. And thanks for watching. Now back to me.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Fistful of Joes. We got to see OG to 25th anniversary. Always a great cross-section. Always great figures. Always a good time. like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And it's been a tradition as of recent that I've been wearing Hawaiian shirts when I do Fistful of Joes, and that is to honor one of my favorite characters of all time, Chuckles. So, if you can't tell, this has dinosaurs on it. So, dinosaur Hawaiian shirt. Can't go wrong. Anyway, I should have wore this when I did my dinosaur episodes a couple weeks ago. But anyway, I digress. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.